Okay, so with that said, let's keep going. So by the end of this coached lesson, here are a couple of things you'll be able to master, if you will. Specifically understanding the importance of elements of recovery related to the work that you're doing, and how to do a better job saying, this is the session that I did, this is the recovery that I need. I think that's sort of really critical. People, I believe, look at workouts and say, I've got an hour, I need to bike an hour, this hour workout fits here, I did my hour workout, I'm good. And they're not necessarily thinking about the recovery side of the equation. And if you do recovery right, you manage that ratio of work and rest, it's not that you need to block out additional time for recovery, it's just that you'll be taking on a new set of habits, or perhaps consolidating your habits or trying some new ones to make sure that we're striking a good balance for you. And again, keeping you healthy, keeping you strong across the course of a week, across a block of training, even across a season. All right. So inside Neurostation, we are always saying work works. That's what we say it all the time. And for us, work works is not only just a motto, but it's it's kind of a mentality inside the team, which is that if you want to get faster, you have to do the work. There's no shortcuts, right? And it's really important to understand from a performance aspect, because there are plenty of magazine articles, coaches, professionals, friends, training partners. Everybody knows it's the human condition. Everybody knows a shortcut. Everybody knows a faster way. But there's a difference between a shortcut in terms of doing something smarter, building a better wheel, and doing something to kind of beat the system. Eat this and then do your test. You'll be stronger, right? And so inside the team, WorkWorks is an ethos for us. But at the same time, it does put an emphasis on the work side of the equation, right? It's a mindset of action. It also puts an emphasis on work. So but what I mean is, if you're trying to make progress, the emphasis is you have to do work, right? You want to get better at running, got to go run, right? You want to get better at biking, got to go bike. Want to bike faster, got to bike harder. And it's always a predisposition to work, which is fine. I think there's a balance there. But because we are type A triathletes, endurance athletes, runners, cyclists, swimmers, if I tell you that 1 is good, you'll tell me that 10 is better. And that's not always the case. And we know that from experience, because when we break, we make adjustments, we come back, we're stronger. But it shouldn't have to take until we break to do it right? It's talking about building a better wheel. I want to help you build a better 2 wheels, whether they're on your legs, your arms, or 1 leg, 1 arm, and make sure that you're in a good space, okay? So more work doesn't equal more works, right? And I think that's the fun joke I was playing there, is that emphasis on, I'll just keep doing more. Coach says run 25 miles a week, but I can run 35. 35 must be better than 25. 35 may be better than 25, but not if you were supposed to do 25. In that case, 35 is not the right number. And so finding a space where we can balance the work that you need to do to be stronger, to achieve your goals, but with the work that you can handle, your capacity, whether it's on that day or in that block or just in the context of greater life, we want to have that balance for you. So that's really, really important. I think the big driving force around this, and I love throwing these huge charts out here. This is from Training Peaks. Those of you who don't know, this is the Performance Manager chart, also known as the PMC, which captures individual workouts. You can see all the dots and the training stress related to all of them. Training stress being a score you earn basically based off of how hard you work for the duration that you worked, and then plotting it out here into this gigantic graph. And you can see that across the course of the season, there's different types of work based on where the dots move and how the blue line, which is basically training load, moves up and down. And what happens, unfortunately, to most of us is that we get into a rut where we're chasing this chart. Data is our master. I'm not successful unless I bike 300 miles this week. I'm not successful unless my CTL is the same, next week as it was this time last year this week, because I was so strong that year. And so it has to be the same again, right? It's not a performance, it's not a strategy, I should say, that we would take with anything else, right? And I say, I had a great presentation last month when I went to, XYZ Corp. And the day before I photocopied like a million things. So today I'm going to go to the office and photocopy a ton of stuff just so tomorrow I can be really good at it, right? There's really, causation is not correlation, but from an athletic data standpoint, we fall into that trap all the time.